41 Action News starts right now.
The owner of Schlitterbahn Water Park under fire. The latest developments on the death of Caleb Schwab. Plus, loved ones demanding answers.
Everything has to go through their facility. Everything has to be given by their facility. Everything has to be distributed by their facility.
An inmate found unresponsive in her cell. Why family and friends are blaming the jail for her death.
Well, he's distraught, but find a way to deal with it.
A key player is out just in time for opening day. How the team plans to get a win without him.
And live look outside from KB Complete Skyview Network. We've got fog this morning, so we're going to tell you how this is going to impact your morning commute coming up.
Good morning. New developments. The owner of Schlitterbahn Water Park will be extradited back to KCK the first of next week.
New video shows Jeff Henry in a Texas courtroom yesterday where a judge ordered him to stay in the Cameron County Jail.
Henry is one of 3 people and 2 corporations charged in the death of Caleb Schwab. The 10-year-old died while riding Verrucht waterslide in 2016.
Mr. Henry and the Schlitterbahn Corporation did everything that they could to ensure that this ride was safe. And by that I mean they, along with their families, their kids, their children, all rode that ride.
Meanwhile, U.S. Marshals and the Department of Justice confirmed they are actively looking for John Schooley. Schooley is the co-owner of Henry & Sons Construction Company, the same company that built the waterslide. We're told he's out of the country. Both men are charged with second-degree murder. Court documents say they knew the waterslide posed the risk of injury or death to public.
Schlitterbahn has denied any wrongdoing in this case and insists they run a safe operation. They say Schwab's death was an accident. The Kansas Department of Labor says that it will audit the park's inspection records. The department says under newly passed rules, Schlitterbahn is required to have rides examined daily by qualified inspectors and to keep records of those. The Labor Department wants to make sure those inspections were being done. To see the full story, go to kshb.com. There you will also see the full indictment. There's several pages on that and a list of everyone facing charges.
4:30 now. Guns could soon be allowed in your child's college, your churches, even daycares. Right now, there are 17 locations where you can't carry a concealed weapon in Missouri.
One state lawmaker wants to narrow down that list. 41 Action News reporter Ariel Rothfield explains the new bill Missouri lawmakers are now debating.
We recognize and we really want people to understand that violence is not normal.
Hours after Jackson County announced a new effort to help those affected by crime, Missouri state lawmakers advanced a bill in Jefferson City, extending the list of places where gun owners can take a concealed weapon.
I believe individuals should have the ability to protect themselves.
Representative Jared Taylor is sponsoring this bill, which would allow concealed carry in churches, hospitals, daycares, and bars, to name a few.
You cannot carry into those locations unless you have express permission from the property owner. What I'm trying to do is I'm leaving it up to the property owner and let them decide what they want to allow and not allow.
If passed, businesses would have to take the steps to put up signs like this one if they don't want to allow concealed weapons inside. Public colleges and universities would have no choice. And all of that concerns ad hoc President Damon Daniels.
When I think about gun violence in Kansas City and I think about the legislation that's happening in Jefferson City, there's a huge disconnect.
His position is that guns will not solve the violence that Kansas City is continuing to see, whether a person is abiding by the law or not.
Many of the folks that we've served thus far in that program have been folks whose homes have been shot. And so they just suffered from the collateral damage of people who had no formal training, who in some cases are unlicensed to carry, and are just shooting randomly. And so, I question whether or not is this what Jefferson City wants? Is this what they want?
Ariel Rothfield, 41 Action News today.
To carry concealed, Missouri residents no longer need a permit or training. Representative Taylor says the bill is intended for law-abiding citizens.
Now that it's out of committee, the House could take it up anytime for debate. Kansas lawmakers want to set aside $5 million to upgrade school safety. The State House just passed a bill that would fund upgrades and require schools to work with state agencies on mass shooting response. The bill now heads to the Senate.
Amid a measles outbreak in the metro area, the University of Kansas Hospital is contacting employees and patients about possibly being exposed. The hospital says it has confirmed at least one patient has the highly contagious virus. If you were at the hospital on Friday, March 23rd, you could be at risk. Meanwhile, the measles outbreak in Johnson County now expanding.
The Johnson County Department of Health says it's now impacting 11 people in Joco, 1 in Lynn County, and 1 in Miami County. Take a look at this map here. Officials say that you could still experience symptoms if you went to these locations this month. They include the Chick-fil-A and Chuck E. Cheese in Olathe, the Olathe YMCA, Walgreens in Kansas City, and 2 stores at the Legends in KCK.
To see the full list of locations and dates, go to kshb.com. If you've been to these places but not during those times, you're most likely in the clear.
KCPD is investigating a suspicious death near 80th and the Paseo. Someone found a woman's body inside a U-Haul late last night. If you know anything about this case, you're urged to call police.
Family and friends searching for answers. This comes after a Johnson County inmate was found unresponsive in her cell and later died at the hospital.
Her name is Wandra Kendricks. Her family says they want to know if she was receiving all of her medication in the jail. Many are used to treat high blood pressure, fibromyalgia, and arthritis.
Everything has to go through their facility. Everything has to be given by their facility. Everything has to be distributed by their facility.
In most cases, that's true because their investigation is ongoing. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office wouldn't comment on Kendrick's death. The jail did provide us with some of its policies, one of which says an inmate's personal medication will not be dispensed unless medical staff determines it is an urgent medical necessity. Instead, when inmates are admitted, health services staff perform a medical screening, which is recorded then on a form.
4:35 now. I want to get caught up with meteorologist Nicole Phillips. What we're tracking this morning, it's pretty foggy when we drove in this morning.
Yeah, and it's only gotten a little bit worse over the last hour to about hour and a half. We've got a dense fog advisory out now, and this goes in effect until 8 a.m. So from Leavenworth, including downtown Kansas City, along the I-70, so yes, that includes the stadiums, Harrisonville, Overland Park, into Lawrence and Topeka. Here's why. Visibilities are anywhere from about 1.5 miles in the downtown area to less than that as you go towards Olathe, Lawrence, and even out towards the airport. Almost no visibility out there. So taking a live look here, KB Complete Sky View Network. Again, foggy morning for us. We'll keep that fog with us as we approach at least 9 a.m. Then that fog will start to lift, but we'll stay mostly cloudy today. Temperatures right around 44 degrees by 11. Highs stay into the low to middle 50s. Warmer on Friday. We'll have your 7-day forecast in about 10 minutes.
The Senate race is becoming one of the biggest races in Missouri this year.
At least 20 people are vying for the seat currently held by Democratic Senator Claire McGaskill. That's 11 Republicans, 6 Democrats, 2 Green Party, and 1 Libertarian candidate all going for the same seat. During a town hall meeting in KC yesterday, she spoke to a crowd of nearly 60 people, and she said there's one thing she plans to challenge the president on.
This week we're hearing, I don't know if this is true or not, but it's being reported that he's asking the military to fund the wall out of their budget. Well, I can assure you, I'm a member of the Armed Services Committee, and we will have something to say about him taking money out of the military for something like that. $1,000 bonus, I'm not...
Some people in the crowd, mostly Democrats, told 41 Action News they know McGaskill is facing a tough fight to stay in office. The boys in blue are back. Opening day is today. It's the Royals against the Chicago White Sox.
Here are some of the special guests that you can expect at the home opener later today. The national anthem will be performed by local jazz saxophonist Bobby Watson. That'll be nice. He currently serves as the Director of Jazz Studies at UMKC's Conservatory of Music and Dance.
The ceremonial first pitch will be thrown out by current Royals owner David Glass. The 50th season for the Royals marks the 19th season for Glass as the owner and chief executive officer of the Boys in Blue. All right, let's take you out there now. Live look at the K. A key player for the Royals is out just before the season gets underway. We'll tell you how the team plans to take away W anyway.
The Pulse nightclub mass shooting. The gunman's original target was a place you've probably taken your kids. Plus, who else is now charged?
And this morning, we are dealing with some dense fog. Visibility is anywhere from 1 mile or less. We'll continue to see how this will impact your morning commute coming up. You're watching 41 Action News, clear, complete coverage.